factor here this afternoon at Empower Field at Mile High in Denver. Today we've got a matchup here in pivotal Week 7 between the New York Jets and the Denver Broncos. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. This is taken just shy of the 10. Quickly to the air is Wilson. This pass out wide to Hall. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Just like that, it's a gain of 12 and a first down on their first play.
And they'll use him out of the backfield and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they've got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they worked it. On second down, a run with Hall. And he's got this down to the 35. 10 yards is the pickup, good enough for a Jet first down.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Play action. It's Wilson. Open man is Uzomah. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Well, they had a gain of 10 last time, now a gain of 20 here.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of him, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Officially nothing on that one, no gain, so they're left with still 10 to go on third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. On third down, Wilson. On the out route, he completes it to Hall. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out of the 6. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to bring up the 4th down. And a good sign for them right now to have their young quarterback looking confident on the opening drive.
Now, we haven't met a young quarterback, a veteran quarterback. It doesn't matter. We haven't met a quarterback yet that doesn't tell us he's confident about his abilities, right?
That's true.
But when you're young, it's really important to get off to a good start because it does build up that confidence. It allows him to play better as the game goes on.
Especially crucial here on the road. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this defense delivers a turnover on downs on the very first drive of the afternoon. They'll start the drive with a run by Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. That was Carl Lawson in pursuit that time, and he gets the stop.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on first and second down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. To throw is Wilson. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Go, 14. 19.
Here's Wilson. It's his running back, Melvin Gordon. And he will have the Broncos first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
So the previous play, a big help, as now they'll have it 1st and 10 up at the 20.
Gotta go, in and out. Let's go.
From the gun, it's Wilson. And smartly going into the slide there, Wilson has enough for the first. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs.
This early in the game, it's all about making steady progress downfield, hoping to lead to early points. And you can do it with your actual play calls, or sometimes something a little more improvised, as we just saw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Here's a give up the middle. It's Gordon. And he'll scratch out only about a yard up to the 32. The Broncos at 1-5, really struggling here to start the year. And they come in the midst of a pretty bad stretch here. Losers of 5 straight.
And far be it from me to go ahead and go gloom and doom, right? If they fall down 7-0, 14-0, all of a sudden the cycle starts all over again. So the best way out of this for them, they need something to happen positive early in this game. That's a great way to help break this losing skid.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Now Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. A gain of 22.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass trick in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. First down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
No score after 1 on EA Sports. Back to the ground now with Gordon. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instincts. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Touch 50, touch 50.
They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Now this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here.
14. Touch 50, touch 50.
Now it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
They're going on 4th down. It's Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a 1st down. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Jets are going to get the football back. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I really like what he did there because he took his practice work and converted it to game action because he used his hands, got off the block, worked laterally and stayed to the outside, and finished off the runner for a loss.
Flushed out right. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He's going to air one out. And unable to connect, incomplete. Give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Looks like a second empty possession to start the game, and certainly not the way you want to start when you come in off of a loss last week. Every team talks about starting fast. They're hoping on their next possession, it can be a delayed fast start and get them going.
And this will do the job nicely as that'll be out of bounds just inside the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
First play's a run with Nwangu. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds it and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
36 power.
Now on 2nd and 13. Wilson flush to, and he'll go down in the end zone. Down goes Wilson. It's a safety. So after a scoreless first quarter, we at least finally get some points on the board.
But it can't be what either of us expected, can it?
No, the safety's not what you expect for the first points of the game, but one of the goose eggs is gone. Here's Berrios.
At some point, we're going to get it through our heads. Special teams, special teams, special teams. The spark that often wins games.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there was a quick 3-and-out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
On the move to his left. Open man is Denzel Mims. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A Wilson to Mims for a New York first. On 1st and 10, it's Hall. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. Steps away to his left. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And the Broncos are going to get it back here just past the 35. The CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete.
One of the toughest things about playing defensive back is pattern reading, trying to figure out what they're doing. And on that one, they had to fly, just sending a guy downfield with the in route accompanying it, what people call a dagger route, trying to hit the guy underneath after the clear out. In this case, though, they're not able to get it done.
Yeah, they said forget the underneath route. They went for the guy on the fly, but as you said, incomplete. Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. You and Jonathan Coachman, both larger than life.
No doubt about it.
But you're stuck with me in this booth,
yes,
and he's miles away and smiling.
And happy.
This one complete to Jerry Jeudy. Able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Thus far, it hasn't been a real fun half for them, but a play like that may get them off the schneid a little bit, get them loosened up and moving.
Kind of seems like they've been sleepwalking and still sitting on 0 points.
And it's not always making an adjustment. Sometimes it's just going back to what you know can work and finally getting it done.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. He's been a one-man wrecking crew these last couple of plays. This time 18 more and a first down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
We know Melvin Gordon is very effective getting to the perimeter, but being a former University of Wisconsin Badger means you know how to run the ball inside and with power as well. I also like the fact that he's a weapon in the passing game. Had as many as 58 catches in a season. Throw it to him in space and look out.
Now Wilson on first down. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And the Jets are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
Definitely not the ideal time to see that mistake, partner, because this is still a one-possession game, and that's at least a field goal that just vanished with that turnover. Now, pressure's on defensively to prevent that pick from turning into points for the other side.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. After the interception, here's Wilson. Looking left side, that's caught by Moore. Looking to throw again on second down. Wilson looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Hall. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Now it's Wilson. There's Hall bringing in another one. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we have reached halftime here in a tight 2-point contest. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
2nd and 5.
14.
From the shotgun, Wilson. Delivering again to Gordon, and he's got him again. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 3rd and 1.
The defense was ready for the back to leak out and even had a second player waiting to double him up. If you're going to commit to doubling a back, you better prevent a completion, but give him credit. Extra determination, extra effort turned it into a successful play.
And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
They'll try and throw for him with Wilson. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a jet touchdown. So they go on 4th down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
That good for 21 yards on the catch and run.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. Here's Wilson to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 2 chunk plays in a row. The last one was over 20 yards, and so is this one.
But look what we have here. A sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
14, got it. Alert.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. That's out to the flat for Gordon. And they're going to move it down inside the 25.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw again is Wilson. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
3rd and 2, now Wilson. Finding his big receiver, Patrick, over the middle. And he will have the Broncos first down, and comfortably so, as he gets 5 there on 3rd and a yard. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And it'll be intercepted. Picked off by Ashton Davis. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 13-yard line. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but...
into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked off by Ronald Darby. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game. And so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Jets are going to take over at their own 2-yard line. Things just kind of continuing to unravel for them here in this second half. They take the shot downfield, but this defense, once again, up to the task.
Well, this is where you think about the old phrase, desperate times call for desperate measures, because they've got nothing on the scoreboard, and they're just trying to get something, anything to go their way. But in this case, they turn the ball over.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Probably a bit of a surprise call there on first down, but how about a tone setter for the drive? Picking up nice yardage with the big man setting the tone physically.
Working with his 2nd and 4. Hall ought to give up the middle. And just not much to be had.
Honed in on it and stopped him. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
The Broncos going dime. 2 extra defensive backs for 3rd down.
Playing pass all the way.
Throwing is Wilson. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Blesson Austin. And they'll take possession already in the red zone and in a great spot to add points to the scoreboard.
And Brandon, how many times have we seen a defense with a lot of field behind them get even more aggressive, right? They feel like they've got them not pinned down, but in a favorable spot for them, and they took advantage of it there. Got a nice interception and set up their offense in great shape.
From the 5 now, 2nd and a yard. This is Gordon as they go to him again. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Just a gain of a yard, but it's going to set him up with a 1st and goal.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Good work there, holding them out on 1st down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Williams will try again. And the D not yielding much there. He's only going to get a yard to about the 2.
Sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, 2nd half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Wilson. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They'll run for it. It's Gordon. And he's not going to get in. They stop him at the 1. So it'll be a change of possession on the turnover when we get back. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Turnover that just got him the football back, obviously a big one, because had they been able to score on the other side, this would have been a 1-possession game.
So you don't sense full relief here then?
No, I don't, especially with the ball this deep in their own territory, because you make a mistake, they've got it right back in prime position.
They certainly do. So now, almost like almost like a 4-minute offense, right? Take care of this bad boy. Make sure the other team doesn't touch it, but move it with consistent gains. Wear down the clock and make them use their timeouts in this situation.
Quick slant, caught by Moore. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A nice throw there by the 2nd-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to his 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. And the mile-high air in full effect as that's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we're talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. They go play action now. Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me, because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback.
And the Broncos get there and take him down. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Straight ahead is Hall. 42 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on third down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
On third down, Wilson. Got a man, it's Mims. And he is going to have a Jets first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They bring pressure there on third down, but this is a nice job of picking it up and making sure their guy has time to deliver the football. And they wind up getting the first down.
Back to the ground with Hall. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. And Ndamukong Suh makes the tackle. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
Well, this drive, they're a perfect 2 of 2 on third down conversions, but they need a full 10 yards here. To throw is Wilson. And that is incomplete.
They converted twice on third down that drive already, but couldn't make it a third. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
So Wilson runs off, and now they will go to the man they call Greg the Leg, Greg Zuerlein. And this one is no good. He missed it. And that will keep this a 15-point game. Now this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
Throwing again on second down. Wilson, he's going to drop this one down to Gordon. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. 25 yards that time.
Nice game there, partner, but you and I both know that won't do anything for the final score. They're not going to win this one. Right now they're playing for pride and fantasy points.
And just to erase that goose egg, nobody wants to be shut out. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Sauce Gardner picks it off. And the Jets will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. How about one last great play defensively, and that should, for all intents and purposes, finish off this shutout.
That's as good a defensive performance as we've seen in a long, long time. And I know as a team they will celebrate, but I will guarantee you the defensive guys, they'll get together somewhere and have their own private celebration. A shutout, that's something to be cherished.
A gain of 3, second down.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. Ball again on 2nd down. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Ball again on 2nd down. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. 65 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Certainly not the highest of scoring games, Charles. Their offense did some